In the words of Emi Martinez, let's go Europe, baby! Right, let's go. The European draw is upon us at 12 o'clock. So we've got about 20 minutes until the draw starts. What we're going to do is we're going to have a look at all the teams that Aston Villa could potentially face. But let's just have a little look at who is in the building then. There's quite a lot of you in here. James is here. We've got Ratters. I know my friend Josh, a view from the stands, is in here. I've already clocked his name in here. So hope you're all doing all good. We've got Julie is in the building. Shout out to Julie, who regularly attends the fan cams. We've got Bozzy's in the building. Daniel Bones in the building. We've got Mark Hunt, we've got Daz, we've got, here he is, here's the main man. So make sure you do go and check out Josh's channel. He's doing a lot more Villa content now as well. He does all of the Villa Watchalongs as well. So if you are not at the games, then make sure you're heading over to watch Josh's channel. So yeah, we've got a lot of you in the building. So what we're going to do towards the end, I'll ask you who you think we're going to get. So wait for those in a second then. So what we got then is we've got seeded teams and unseeded teams. Aston Villa are in the seeded teams. All of the teams that topped their group in qualifying will be in the seeded category. In the unseeded, you will have the teams that played the playoff game, so the teams that finished second and then had to play the teams that dropped from the Europa Conference League. So no, the Europa League, not Conference League, the Europa League. So we will see a couple of different names in there that haven't been a part of this main tournament then. So Villa will be playing their last leg at home. So all of the seeded teams will be playing at home last. So that, again, is an advantage, I think. I think it's an advantage that will be away first. And I think, European football is a lot different to what we see in the Premier League. You saw that from Arsenal against Porto. It's just a different beast. It's knockout football. You can lose the first one. You can have a mare in the first one, and the tie could be possibly done and dusted. So it's so important that you remain in the tie after the first leg, and then the second leg will be taking that to Villa Park. So it feels like, topping the group, it's massive because it meant that we didn't have to play in that playoff game. And it also means that we play at Villa Park at home. So you always want that home advantage in that second leg because it just gets you through it, doesn't it? You could be playing poorly and you just get the Villa crowd and we suck the ball in the net. So, yeah, I think it's really beneficial that we are at home in that second leg then. So let's have a little look then at who we could be potentially facing then. So the seeded teams, and there's some good seeded teams in this. So next round is when we'll be going up against those teams because everybody's in the same pot then. There are a couple of teams in this draw that can't play each other because in this round, if you're from the same country, then you can't play that same team. So it's a little bit like in the Europa League where Liverpool couldn't get West Ham today, or Brighton. So there's that still thing going on. So we've got seeded teams. We've got Lille, we've got Poznan, we've got Villa, we've got PAOK, we've got Tel Aviv, we've got Bruges, we've got Fiorentina, and we've got Fenerbahce. So those are all seeded. The teams that Aston Villa can play are Sturm Graz, Dynamo Zagreb, Molde, Union SG, Maccabi Haifa, Ajax, Olympiacos, and Servette. Now, I think Olympiacos need to go out of this ASAP because the final is in Athens, a Greek team with a final in Athens. I don't think we'd want to be playing Olympiacos in a final in Greece. So hopefully they can go out pretty soon. The big team that I would want to avoid would be Union SG. They're banging form. They're top of their league. They are a very, very dangerous team. So those are ones that I really wouldn't want to be facing. Ajax, I don't mind. I think they're a big, big team, aren't they? They're steeped in football heritage and history, but they are playing pretty poorly, and they were very, very lucky to go through last night. So out of that, I'm pretty chill. So in the chat then, let us know, and I'll put them all on screen, who you would like Aston Villa to face in the next round then. I'm going to say that Villa are going to draw. And I've just had this team in my head for every time I see this team's name. Maccabi Haifa. I think that's the team that Aston Villa are going to be up against. So that is the team that I think we are going to draw. So let's have a look in the chat then what you're going for. There's a lot of you that are going for Ajax. We are going with Ajax. So we've got Scott with Ajax, Josh with Ajax, Seravetti in Switzerland. Alex C is saying anyone. Seravetti, Ajax. A lot of you are going for Ajax. Mulder, Ajax. I think the thing about the team from Israel as well is that they are playing in different regions. I think that they've played a game in Hungary, and I can't remember where else they've played. So they're playing sort of outside, obviously outside of where they're from. Sturm Graz, Union SG, Ajax. I think Ajax just has that. I don't know. Remember when we played Ajax before and Suarez was playing back in the day? You know, we've played them before. It was Martin O'Neill days, wasn't it? I'm sure it was Martin O'Neill days. Someone in the chat might correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, Ajax are the big ones there. I think the biggest one we could probably get, I think. But yeah, it's what it's all about. I'm really excited. I think with this European sort of stopping, I think, you know, we get a lot of questions, especially from outside of Villa and the media, saying that, okay, Europe, you know, how are Villa going to do now in Europe? They're really going to struggle. It's going to be sort of a difficult in that. But we were good when we were playing in Europe. Our form was pretty good. We were just churning out them games, weren't we? So knockout football is absolutely brilliant. Next year, this competition and the Europa League mirrors the Champions League as well. So it's just that big whopper group, and I think everybody plays each other. So I think this is obviously the last year of this sort of format. Stuart saying he wants Birmingham City. Yes, those are a long way from any form of European football, Stuart. Julie, someone not too far away, as we've got Spurs in the middle. My geography is rubbish. So, yeah, I think a nice little local one is Ajax, isn't it, really? Is that the most local one in there? Olympiacos. We've got a couple now coming in with Olympiacos. Let me just go through the chat a bit. Right, let's just get to the bottom of this chat then. Right, so let's have a look now then at who we could be facing and how they're currently doing. So, why is that doing that? Right. Well, let's go on the tried and trusted SofaScore. Make sure you are downloading SofaScore. Right, so here we can play then. These are the teams that we can play on the bottom of the screen then. So let's have a look. I mentioned this team. I've never really watched this team, but they are banging form. So Royal Union are currently top of the Belgian league, ahead of Anderlecht, Bruges. So they're doing really well at the minute. Royal Union. So those are a team that I would possibly want to avoid. They've just knocked out Frankfurt as well, who were a big team in this. Frankfurt were a huge team in this. So for them to knock out Frankfurt was absolutely massive. So those are a team that I would really want to avoid. I think they could probably pose the biggest problem. Let's have a little look at, we'll go Maccabi Haifa now. No, that's Mulder. So that's it. Right, so Maccabi Haifa, They are currently joint top of their league. Their current form is not too bad. They also knocked out, did they knock out Ghent? I think they've knocked out Ghent. Yes, they've knocked out Ghent. So big result for them as well. Who else have we got? We've got, how are Olympiacos doing? So Olympiacos are fourth in their league. Their current form is pretty good. There's a lot of wins in there, so they look like they're coming into a little bit of form as well. Molde, I know a lot of you were saying you want us to face Molde. For obvious reasons, Molde knocked out our mayonnaise friends. Mayonnaise, Legia Warsaw were out, so it was nice to see them getting an absolute pasting, so we don't have to see them again. I'd be very worried for my safety if we had to play Legia Warsaw again this season after the fan cams. I don't think I'd be welcome anywhere near that stadium. So Legia Warsaw, glad to see them are out. And Molde currently 7th in their league. It's only just started though, so their league has just started up. So yeah, they might be a big threat as well, because like early on in a season, your form is sort of, I don't know, you've gone through a bit of pre-season, haven't you? And you're a bit fresher. So I think Molde would probably be a little bit of a threat. Zagreb are always a pretty solid team, aren't they? And they knocked out. Did they knock out Betis? They've knocked out Betis as well. So again, another big team went out the competition. You got Frankfurt went out last night. Betis went out. So some big teams did leave that competition. And they are currently 3rd in their league as well. So I think those are all of the big teams of note. Let's have a look at these Sturm Graz. They're currently 2nd in their league. So how are we feeling? Are we all excited? I've seen a couple of you saying that this isn't the priority for Aston Villa. So how do you feel about that? I think obviously we know the Premier League's the priority. I mean, getting top 4 is absolutely crucial. I keep saying it. I keep going on about how important it is for the club to get sort of top 4 and everything like that. But I think I'd like us to go as deep as possible in this competition, because it's European football, isn't it? But, if you win this, you automatically qualify for the Europa League anyway, which I think we're pretty much I think that would be the worst we could do this season, get 6th place. I think that would be, and that's still progress on last season in the grand scheme of things. So I think, we can't really turn our nose up at any trophy, can we? But I think for me, the priority is the Premier League. I think it will be the priority for the squad to keep going. But I think it's gonna be good for us still. Like I say, we were good in the campaign of qualifying and everything like that. But I think what we've done in the group stage is, because we lost the first game, we were basically playing knockout football all the way through, weren't we? Because we lost that first game and we didn't want to finish 2nd and have this playoff game, we were having to sort of win every game. So I think the fact that we lost has probably sort of gave us a bit more like European steel, I think, because we had to go to some places and play well. I think the AZ Alkmaar performance was absolutely fantastic. And I think the one thing that would probably worry me the most in Europe is sort of teams sort of sitting back and defending and just waiting and just doing sort of what Porto did to Arsenal, really. And then we got to go to Villa Park and try and open it up and get that victory. So I think we've just got to manage the tournament quite well now, and hopefully we can make that final. Because what a season it would be if we win this, and imagine we won this and got top 4. that would be absolutely incredible. So yeah, I'm just loving it really, and just loving Unai and the whole club and everything that we're doing um, so far. So we've got how long we got? We got 10 minutes. I think the draw sort of started at 11. So I think about 12, the draw will probably properly start, and we'll probably have like Don Monchi there. So I reckon Don Monchi's sort of going to be the one that's sat in the audience and being Villa's sort of representative, maybe. I know Tommy Jordan goes as well. So, yeah. So let me just read some of your comments because I feel like I'm ignoring some of them. So what was Unai's deliberately throw the first tie to set the mentality? Probably. Now, but I think that, when we go back to that Legia game, Villa's first game in Europe for years. A lot of those players had not played European football, and it was a rude awakening, wasn't it? Because we were quite poor, weren't we? And we rotated a bit, and I think it was probably a bit too much. We had Chambers got done at right back, didn't he? And then we've not really seen Chambers since, have we? So, yeah, I think sometimes losses are a bit of a blessing, aren't they? It sort of wakes you up a bit, and I feel like sometimes when Villa lose, we generally do get a bit of a wake up, and we react under Unai. So, Legia, hostile place. We've already seen what them lot are like. So it was a real tough one to start with, wasn't it? Someone's asked what top I'm wearing. Where's that one gone? So I am wearing. I think this is the coaching range. I think this is the Unai coaching range. So I quite like the grey. Quite like the grey look. My favourite Villa item this season is the blue one. The blue pattern one. I have got it. It's the blue pattern. I think it's the third one, the third shirt. So that one's good. You can watch the draw on TNT Sport. So you can watch it on TNT. I think that's where you can watch it. Yes, I think someone's answered in the chat, haven't they? We've got a Maccabi fan, Maccabi Haifa fan in the chat. Will any clubs want to play us? I don't think any club would want to play the Premier League teams at all, really. But they'll know that they have to raise their level, won't they? So it'll be a tough one. Do you think we will finish top 4 in the Premier League? That's from Andrew. It's tough. It's a tough question, but I'm going to say yes. I think we are a little bit more streetwise than Spurs. I think we've got a manager that's a little bit more tactically versatile. So I think because Emery's more versatile than Postecoglou, I think in certain games, when things aren't going well for Spurs, he sticks with it and he keeps going and he keeps doing the same stuff. Even if he's got injuries, he won't sort of change a little bit. So I think we'll finish above Spurs because if anybody's seen Spurs' run, so how I've mapped it out that we get 4th in my head, so I'll try and answer your question as thorough as possible. Spurs don't play this weekend. If Villa beat Forest, we'll be 5 points clear of Spurs. Spurs will have a game in hand. Then we both play a game. So we play Luton. They play Palace. New manager for Palace. Hopefully new manager bounce. So we could potentially go into that game 5 points clear of them. Then we play them. If we beat them, we go 8 points clear of them with about 10 games to go. And then Spurs have got a run of fixtures towards the end of the season. I think they've got Newcastle, City, Arsenal. They've got another tough team in there as well. So they've got 4 tough games in a row. Now, they're not going to win all of those games, I don't think. So I think we finish above Spurs. The ones that I'm more worried about are probably Man United, because you just know what they're like. Look at them at the minute; they are like, I don't understand how they win so many games. I don't know what it is. I just watched them against Villa. They should have lost against Villa. We had that many chances. Then I watched them against Luton, and they're 2-0 up inside 80 minutes, and you're like, they should smash Luton, and they got absolutely battered. Like, the United were absolutely battered in that game, and they won. And I'm like, I don't know how they do it. And I just keep thinking, if they keep playing like that for the next sort of like 13 games, surely they're not going to get top four. So that's my thinking as a Villa fan. Obviously, we've still got to perform. We've got to keep going. We've got to keep fighting, etc. And I think we are. I think we've had a lot of injuries, but I kind of think Consa's not far away. If any of you saw yesterday, they were doing that like ping pong game, and Consa was there in his full training kit. Now, he might have just been in the gym, but I'm sort of hoping that, because Emery said he was 3 to 4 weeks ago, and I think that was about 3 weeks ago. So hopefully he's back, which is huge. Carlos not far away again. So, the defense looks better. I think we can trust McGinn in the double pivot. And then, so I think we've got every chance. I think we've got to believe that we can do it. If we don't think we can, then if we don't think we can, then we've got to try and bring a bit of atmosphere. Like tomorrow, like the atmosphere at Villa's got to be loud again. It's got to be intimidating. We've got to just play our way and get the victory. And I kind of want us to go back to like last season when we was on that European run, and like the atmosphere was just loud, and we were feel good factor, wasn't it? So yeah, long-winded answer, but that's my thinking. So I'm saying, yeah, I'm saying we can do it. We've got a Liverpool fan saying, forget top four. You might, mate, forget the title, mate, because it ain't happening. So yeah, I think that's just ridiculous, to be fair. Like, we're there, do you know what I mean? So yeah. Hopefully, when you come to Villa Park, we'll be the ones that stop you from doing it. Spurs are on downer. We've got a comment here. And we can't do this and top four, not with Spurs breathing down our necks with no European football. George saying he's got a feeling that we'll nick top four. Duncan saying Man U, the biggest blaggers going. Geordie Villain is saying that he's not worried about Spurs at all. Any news on the? We haven't got I haven't. To be fair, I'll be honest. I haven't looked for any merch recently. But I do need to do some form of merch. So in the chat, if you're thinking of merch, what do you want? We've done mugs, we've done t-shirts, we've done hats. So let me know what you're thinking, and then we can go there. Great answer via top four. Marty saying, big up, Luke. 4th place in Europa Conference League trophy is possible. Very possible with our current players, manager, staff, and management. I think the club is in the right mentality and spirit to go all the way. Just got to harness the positive energy and the Unai, and yeah, we've just got to embrace it and create a good atmosphere. You've convinced me. Top four for sure. You should already all be convinced, to be fair. If you watch our content often, then you should pretty much. I'm sure I've probably convinced some of you we were going to win the league in December. But yeah, Hannah is in the building. Hello, Hannah. Hope you're okay. We'll do some. We'll get your thoughts on Forest at once we've seen the draw. So once the draw's done, we'll finish off on Spurs on Spurs Forest. I'll get your thoughts on that. Yeah, so we'll chat. We'll have a little chat after the draw's done. We can have a little chat about um, Forest. Oh, this is a tough one, isn't it? This is a tough one. Um, I'll answer it. I'll answer it. I don't think it's a bad thing. Um, I think, and I've stuck with this decision from day one. I understand that it's in the whole 10, which is annoying. But for me, when we had Kieran Maguire on, I asked Kieran Maguire, the financial expert, how do Villa improve? How do Villa close the gap to try and close the gap to United, Chelsea, Arsenal, City? And it's increasing revenue through hospitality, corporate, commercial revenue. Aston Villa are a million miles away from any of those clubs, and the gap needs to be closed. So, any way the club can try and close that gap, then I think we've just got to do it. I think sometimes change is not always sort of well received, but I just think we've just got to try and close that gap. Like I sort of sometimes don't agree with certain aspects, like when you're saying that that area used to be free for season ticket holders, where you can go in and be with your friends and family. Like to get rid of that's really bad. But all I care about is Aston Villa doing well. All I care about is Aston Villa growing, and if it can help in some way, then that's what's going to happen. So right, so you can see some of the draw. So yeah, I think it's probably a lot of fans don't like it, but we need to improve off the field, and we're a million miles off the field. So if we're a million miles off the field, then we gotta try and compete. That's my honest thoughts on it all, really. Um, right, so the draw is sort of starting. They're just going through all of the teams that are now in the draw. Yep, smash a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. If you want to comment, then just become a subscriber to the channel. It's free, and then you can comment on our streams and stuff like that. We are going to start doing more live stuff as well. So we're going to try and start doing all of the stuff after a game. So the match reaction, etc., will be live from now on. Justin is in the building. He's been in Liverpool having a nice time with his wife. Hope you've had a nice time, Justin. Howard has put, quick question, Luke. Do you do this full time? Have you got another job? Loving the content, by the way. This is my job. And I do mobile hairdressing as well. So some of you probably watch us and are quite new. So basically, I used to work at Tony and Guy as a hairdresser for about 15 years. And then I quit to dedicate myself to Up the Villa. So yes, I do this full time. Do you believe any of this FFP rubbish with Villa? I think it is rubbish. We had Kieran Maguire on, who had looked at our um, finances for the last couple of years. He said we're fine. He said we are not in a position to spend £200 million this window. Can we see anyone from Villa? We're not in a position to spend £200 million. I do think we will sell a player in the summer, depending on what happens, where we finish. Then that will allow wriggle room movement to bring players in. So I do think something like that might happen. It's Elmo. Elmo and Tommy Jordan are there for Villa. So those are the boys representing Villa. So I think financially, I think we're fine. I think we are honestly fine. I think just like a lot of clubs, everybody's sort of watching what they spend and being careful. So the draw's about to start. This guy not look like Ranieri? Looks like Ranieri, this does. If you squint your eyes, that's like Ranieri's brother. What do I think about the Watkins rumours? Nothing. I don't think there's. I think, look, who wouldn't want Watkins? Do you know what I mean? I think they'd all want Watkins, but the problem with wanting Watkins is that he's going to cost a lot of money. I don't think there's anything in Watkins just yet. I don't think. Shout out to Richard. He's been a member for 13 months. What a legend. Absolute legend. Yes, mate. I'm just honest. I just give my honest thoughts. And yeah, that's just my honest thoughts. I reckon it'll probably start in about like 3 minutes or something. I will be going if we make it there. So, ticket, no ticket, I will be there. I really want to go as well to Unai's team, Rail Union. We're planning on doing a little trip to Rail Union. So, just really want to go. So, it looks a great little stadium. So, we're planning that as well. So, try and get some content when we're there as well. Question here about Mings. Mings won't play this season. Buendia won't as well, I don't think. I think you'll probably see him back in training around towards the end of the season. Unai said about 2 weeks ago that they're going to be when they join pre-season, they will be back to the standard required. So, see, someone else thinks that this is Ranieri's twin as well. Just it looks like Ranieri, doesn't it? Here we go. What's he doing? Is he pulling them out then? Right, we're ready to go. Let's go, Villa fans. Let's go. Here we go. Let's see who we are going to get. Yeah, if we played Rail Union in pre-season, that would be wicked. Yeah, so the away leg is first, home leg is second. Yeah, I think we'll have a real big connection with Rail Union. We've already seen Feeney and Tommy O'Reilly go, so they've been there now. They're sort of playing, so I think that's what we'll do. We'll use ZFC as well. We'll use the Vissel Kobe in Japan. We will use the team in Portugal too. So I think we've got a real little hub around the world, haven't we? Now it's no numbers. They just pull you out and your name's on the card. So it's not like the FA Cup. It's like they're all in different pots as well. So it's like seeded and unseeded, etc. So yeah, so we can't get Man United as well. So that it feels good watching this, knowing that Man United aren't going to come out as well. So feels good knowing that, watching a draw. What are they doing now? They're just showing the group winners on the screen. No, so we can pretty much play anyone, but there's a couple of, I think there's a couple of teams that can't play each other because they're from the same country. So um, we're fine because there's no English teams in this. So here we go. We've got winners from, what's that there? Winners KOPO. What's that mean? First one that's been drawn out is, here we go. Who is it? Serravete. We take them, won't we? Should we just take them? Let's take them. Take them straight away. Here we go. Now they're putting different balls. What is going on here? Different balls now, sticking them in a different pot, giving them a little bit of a shake as well. Why does this look so confusing? Why is it looking so confusing here? So we've got a group winner. This could be Villa. Who have we got? Here we go. Oh, is that Poznan? Serravete, Poznan. Is that what it is? Poznan. I mean, how'd you call that? Like, I'm not. How would you even call that fixture there? Ajax are out. This would be a big one. Villa got Ajax. It's gonna be Ajax, isn't it? And Villa. Here we go. Ajax v Aston Villa. Let's go. Let's cook them. Let's go, Villa fans. Ajax v Aston Villa. That's a big game, in it. That is a big, big monster of a game. But yeah, we'll do them. We'll do them. What is Henderson injured at the minute? Henderson's injured, isn't it? We'll watch the rest of the draw. We'll watch the rest of the draw. So we got Molde. That's a huge game. What's their allocation like? Does anyone know what their allocation's like? Is it a big one? Is it a 2,000 something? Does anyone know what the allocation for Ajax is? If we can have a look. That's a big game, man. That is a big game. That's a huge game of football for us. Love it, man. But that's what I mean. We've got if you're gonna get to the final, you got to beat the big teams. Let's go. That'll get us right in the mood for Spurs away as Spurs at home. Play that game, and then you've got that game straight after. We'll be in like top form. We'll be sort of top mentality. We'll honestly, I think Villa playing in Europe will sort of turn our mindset to like the right way. So, um, did we beat them over two legs when we played them before? Does anyone know what the allocation is? Is their stadium's about 50,000, isn't it? That'll. Do you know what? Like that fixture will like I think the players will be buzzing about that fixture as well, and that's why they want it. So Justin saying 3,000. So that's great. That is a proper big Villa following going to Ajax as well, and it's the local one as well. So I think it's pretty local, isn't it? So yeah, buzzing about it. It's 5%. So yeah, still 5%, isn't it? Well, I'll finish off the draw, and then we'll chat a bit about Forest. There's 600 of you watching, so make sure you are smashing a like. Helps the channel out, push the stream further, so more people can watch it. If you are new, make sure you are subscribed to this channel. Your support is huge anyway. So what other teams have come out? Are there any other big ones? I don't think there is there? 14th of March at Villa Park, James is saying. So that's the return leg. What does anyone know what's happened to Ajax? Why are they doing so like crap in the league? I think that Villa one's obviously involves Villa, but that's tired around definitely. Well, that's a big one then. Union SG Fenerbahce. Have Tel Aviv got Fior? No. Love it. Sofa Score giving you live updates on the draw. Perfect. Everybody download Sofa Score when I share the links with Up the Villa as well. That helps the channel out as well. Luke saying their defending is truly awful. Shocking at the start of the season for them. Two managers since the start. Big issues behind the scenes. I'm assuming because Ten Hag left. Lost all the players at the start of the season. They've improved a lot recently. Yes, Love Bleeds is in the building. Right, cool. So that's the draw. We've got Ajax. So let me know then in the comments how you're all feeling ahead of Forest. Are you optimistic, excited, feeling nervous? It's a big game. Hopefully, you've all watched our content this week in the build-up. We've had the match preview. We've had predicted lineup, both with me and Justin. We had the opposition preview with Wolfie. Yes, so Wolfie's been telling me that Murillo is the player to watch out for them. He's better than Pau Torres. So hopefully Watkins is going to run ragged this Murillo guy. But yeah, let me know how you're feeling and I'll read them out. Director of football sacked and left them with nothing. This is regarding Ajax. Michael saying, big game, but I'm confident 2-1 Villa. Forest are getting schooled tomorrow. Yes, better than Pau Torres. Better than Pau Torres, I've been told. We will hammer Forest. Ajax defence has been horrendous. Crazy young midfield and defence. Tough draw, but bring it on. 3-1 tomorrow. Up the Villa. Absolutely love it. Yeah, Luis will get a goal. We might get a penalty tomorrow, Luis. I feel like we might get a little Luis penalty vibe. Yeah, Longley getting better. I like him. I think he's good. This I can agree with as well. He's due a goal. JJ, I think he's had a couple of sighters in games now, hasn't he? He's got into the right area. He's got his shot off, and you're like, okay, like he's doing his little drop that shoulder, and he's just missing his knee or the going off target, and I think he's due one as well. So yeah, so looking forward to it. Right, cool. So I'm going to go now and I'll be back in a bit. You'll have the press conference reaction will be out. So hopefully there's a little bit of positive news, hopefully, about Consa. So we'll do that episode as well. Cheers, everyone who's watched the stream. Hopefully you have enjoyed it. You can become a channel member for $1.99. I'll put the link in the comments if you want to do that. It just helps support the channel as well. So cheers, everyone. I'll speak to you all in a bit if you watch the press conference reaction. If not, then it'll be tomorrow. We've got a fan cam, so everybody's welcome if you want to come on the fan cams. And then we'll have a live episode tomorrow evening, probably around 8, half 8-ish. And then we'll have debrief maybe Sunday. So cheers everyone for watching. Up the Villa.